welcome to another podcast. This is episode 9 of the Unstrung Heroes. I'm Bryce Washington.
I'm Braxton.
All right, today we got another interview. You're good, bro. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm Caden Bobley. I play for Indiana Tech lacrosse. I also run B House with my little brother. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, so kind of in this interview starting, so kind of tell us how you got to iTech. Like, what's your background in lacrosse? Like, how'd you get to where you are today?
Well, I started playing lacrosse in Florida as an 8th grader, and then I moved to Michigan. I went to LCN in 21 Mile Road. 21 Mile Road is like a couple miles away from Detroit. And then after I did that, my oldest brother, he went and played D2 lacrosse in Lincoln Memorial University in Tennessee. So I just went there too, played there for 2 years. My older brother graduated, and then I was just looking at the opportunities because our team wasn't looking very good. So I had to redshirt anyway. So I just thought it would be a good opportunity to transfer NAI because I knew I wanted to make like content. I know I wanted to make clothes. So I just decided NAIA was like the best route for me because I could have the NIL rules before they were even out. So
did you appreciate that kind of like experience at like LMU? Because I know a lot of like I've heard a lot of guys go there and I've heard kind of mixed things, but did you like appreciate that D2 level before you came to the NAIA?
Honestly, like the era I was there was like at its peak level. Like we were like multiple like playoff contention teams. Like we were like upsetting Queens, like the 16 team in the nation. Like
wow.
Archie, like when I was there like the 2 years, like even when my brother was there when they were growing, when they first got there, it was really good. But like I can understand like after like the first coaching switch, which is Coach Kuhn, he was there when I was there. After he left, it kind of like slightly went downhill. And then like literally after they got rid of the other guy from Limestone, his name was I forget his name off the top of his head, but he was an assistant coach at Limestone. He came in and then it was like he had a good like program and he knew how to run a team. He just didn't have the people to do it. So It was just a matter of like people and personnel on that team, to be honest.
Yeah, that's definitely interesting. What an interesting road. So what do you think made you choose iTech for NAIA?
Well, to be honest, LTU was closer, and I actually went to like an LTU like clinic one time, like in between me transferring to Indiana Tech. Mm-hmm. And it was good. I just like my brothers were already looking at Indiana Tech and they committed there like right after I went to that clinic, and I was just like, all right, well, like if they're going there, I don't want to have to play against my brothers because I would not take it easy on them. So I was just like, I might as well just go and play with them then. So
that's awesome. That's so cool.
You know, y'all definitely like put a forefront in like the WAC like lately, specifically Indiana Tech. Like, what does that come from? Like, you know, the past couple of seasons, y'all been pretty dominant in the conference. So, like, what is that? What kind of comes with that? What's the program that makes y'all so special?
It's the connection that we have with each other. We have a lot of brothers on the team. Actually, we have like, well, we would have 4 sets of brothers on the team, but one actually left. But his younger brother's coming in, so technically, like, it's not like we still know him personally though. So like. It's literally like a family culture. Like my little brothers are an extension of like everybody else. I see everybody else the same way. And it goes the same way on the field too. Like I wouldn't let anybody pick on my little brothers in the field. And so I wouldn't let anybody pick on my teammates in the field. And I feel like that's where we carry that, like, you know, we fight for each other. We want to fight for each other.
Yeah, that's super cool. It's kind of like a built-in culture almost. That's super interesting.
So like going into this past year, so we know y'all got pretty far. What were your thoughts on kind of like how y'all finished off in the NIS season?
You know, we're getting closer every year. And like this just happens to be my last year. I had to sit out and watch my brothers play, watch everybody else, you know, do what they had to do. So like from my perspective, like I was watching it virtually because I wasn't at school. I was like at home rehabbing and everything because I tore my LCL on my meniscus. Right. But watching it, like they handled themselves nicely. It's not like, you know, teams are coming in and walking all over them. It's just like the last couple steps in the NAI tournament, like where we kind of slipped up. But this year, I think we're gonna be in a good place, going right back to where we really want to be, tournament wise, WAC wise, and everything. So
that's super awesome. So do you think this year that you're gonna come out with like a chip on your shoulder since you had a little time off?
I don't even think you guys realize I used to have dreads. Like,
yeah, no, bro. I saw that you got a haircut.
I cut my hair off completely so I could focus on the season. Like, I'll show you. I literally cut my hair off for a second.
Oh my gosh.
I cut them off, man, so I could focus. And I was like, you know what? Like, I had a dream that like I won the NAIA championship and I had like a buzz cut hair. Like, and I was like, I'm buying into it. So I cut my hair. Like, I'm serious. I'm working out like
Oh, I
multiple
love
times a
that.
day. Like, bro, people are really about to fear me. Like, I'm so, I'm
That's
not
awesome.
even kidding.
Dang, that's awesome. How long did it take you to grow all that out?
6.5 years now. Like, literally, the funny thing is, I had a hair retightening the day I thought about cutting it. And then I was just like, I just need to focus. Like, I cannot like worry about working out and like worry about my hair. Like, I just so much like other things going into like what I wanted to do. And I just wanted to go about my life and go and do what I want to do. And my hair was definitely going to be back. So
Do
yeah.
you feel like lighter now?
Bro, I got up with that chair and I was like, I felt like Amber Rose.
That's awesome.
I honestly thought someone was gonna slap me in the back of the head because I literally have not felt wind in literally 6 years, man.
That's
So if I
crazy.
keep doing this, I'm sorry. It's because I literally keep looking at myself. I'm like, bro,
No, bro, you're straight.
That's
You're straight.
wild though. That's a long time.
yeah, I literally got it cut yesterday too. So
So talking about the 2023 season, y'all got a chip in your shoulder. Do you expect to come out and win a ship this year? Like, what are your thoughts with the Indiana Tech team?
everybody, like, every year you want to win a ship, like that's like what you want to aim for. So
Right.
obviously we're gonna shoot for that. We know we can get there. We just have to keep putting our foot down on the pedal and putting in the work that we usually do. Keep our heads down like we always do, and take one opponent at a time.
Yeah, man, that's honestly the best way to look at it. I mean, like talking, this is your final, so this is your final year, right?
Yes,
So do you
sir.
see like a future with lacrosse, or is you gonna call it like kind of a day here?
Definitely coaching, maybe even some semi-pro box, maybe some semi-pro like field, just because like NLA is around.
Right.
There's a semi-pro box team right by me, called the Detroit Hooligans.
Right.
So I just, I'm definitely gonna be in lacrosse. Cass Tech, I was coaching them this summer as well. So I think I'm gonna definitely be around lacrosse more. And I made my brand so I could like be in the games and around other sports even after I graduate. So my plan A is definitely to be in sports media, or in sports fashion, or even anywhere like within the sports like realm. Like I'm there, so that's
Yeah.
kind of what I want to do.
Getting into your brand, I wanted to ask you what your brand represents and like what you want out of your brand, I guess.
What it represents to me is like it's a family culture thing. So it stands for Bodley household. Obviously Bodley's my last name.
Mhm.
We have 5 brothers. I have 4 brothers, 5 including me. I'm the middle son. So I have one older brother. He lives in Florida. He was like the originator of like being the athlete. We weren't allowed to play sports until he was able to. So like, we all literally waited until he was able to play. And like I feel like that's where our hunger came from, because we literally watched our brother like turn like 16 and we still weren't able to play sports. He finally able to play football, like got like picked up by a master's academy school. And after that, we all picked up lacrosse, football, and then we had to start diving into it. So I feel like B House is really about that, like our founding into being a brotherhood, being, friends on top of being brothers and being athletes. Because like obviously I have teammates on my team that are B House athletes, and they're definitely brothers to me too. So it's bigger than just like the people that look like me and have been born into the family. So
Right. That's awesome.
and when it comes to like what I want for it, honestly, I see my brand kind of being not like a athletic supreme, because I don't like the idea of like a hype beast, but I love the idea of like being like exclusive. But I don't like how they price gouge. I don't want to split people. I want everybody to be available to get it. That's why I have like different tiers of things. So it's like if I release like a special shirt, I'll release like an essential line of it in like a lesser quality like material, so anybody can buy it. I don't like having people like want something and be like, dang, like I just I don't have it right now. Like that's a horrible feeling.
Yeah,
Dude,
like
and you see that a lot more nowadays too. You'll see like a shirt and then like a company's like selling it for like $40-$45, and it's like, I mean,
Like, yeah, bro, like this shirt literally costs $6. Who are you fooling? Your name is, I understand your name is like what makes it. And that's why like I can like lower my price, like, just like compete like that with prices, just because I don't really have a name yet. But I feel like, I mean, even if I was like at the point where like I was at like a Nike or something like that, I would still have affordable things for multiple different people to buy, in
right.
classes, high class, like the experience of like color changing accessories, materials, everything, dude.
Yeah, no, I think that's super dope. I was looking at your like newest shirts that you're coming out with, and they were so cool. I didn't know that they color changed until I watched the video. It's so cool.
I gotta actually do more work then. If you couldn't tell, I gotta do more work.
Well, no, I just meant like off the bat, it's just a white shirt. Like
Yeah,
I didn't know. And then it's like the light comes and it changes color. It's so cool. I've never seen anything like that, to be honest.
I appreciate it. I mean,
sure.
Yeah, bro. Cause like people always do it on shoes. And I like literally it took me not 6 years. It took me yeah, actually, yeah, it did take me 6 years. About the time I was growing my hair, I started like learning about this and like just experimenting with it. I made my first like piece of mesh in my lacrosse stick like when I was a senior in high school. And then after that, I just realized like I can apply it to multiple different things if I just learn more about it. So I just took like time to just like learn how to screen print, learn how to like customize shoes. Cause like anybody can do shoes. You see them on shoes all the
Right.
time, but when you see it on clothes, it's like a completely different switch up.
Yeah, it was super cool. Do you think that like you want your brand to stay as like an athletic brand, or you think you want to like venture out and maybe go into like more like a fashion side or something like that?
Well, technically, it's not really even like an athletic brand. We just release
Okay.
athletic clothing at a time. But like, I don't know if you guys checked on my story. I just did a button up today.
Yeah, I saw that. That
I
was sick.
printed
That was
So
fire.
like, thank you, man. Thank you. Literally thought of it this morning too. I was like, bro, I don't have any short sleeve button. I got the inspiration from Hank Hill from King of the Hill. How he wears those things for how he wears the little button ups for Sundays. Like, I love the idea of like, I don't know. So I just did that, and then but yeah, back to your question. Yeah, so I'm releasing formal wear, so it's color changing ties, color changing button ups for like dress up, even casual wear too. Like I just want to like apply it to multiple different things so I can have ownership over all of it. Because people are like nowadays like they're doing shoes, but more people are getting into it. And I'm just like, I've been doing this for 6 years, and if I don't blow up off of this, like I literally would have squandered 6 years of my time. So
Right. That's awesome.
I mean, so kind of going back on like B House, you got any like super big drops that you're planning on coming in the next couple months?
yes, actually I do. So technically, I really wanted to drop my own cleat, like be the first student athlete to like make their own cleat. And most people, like if they're gonna drop a cleat in the next couple of years, it probably won't be an original silhouette. It'll probably be like a cleat that's already made just in a different colorway, like some other things added to it. But like I was thinking about just like making my own, and it's expensive to even make a shoe. So I was just thinking like, what shoe can I make into a cleat? Because people are making Jordans in a cleat.
Right.
And like I already know how to like customize things. So I thought about making Converse into cleats because they used to wear them for basketball back in the day on hardwood floor, and they used to mess up their knees because they were playing on a hardwood floor. But if Converse had like the spikes on the bottom, they're
Right.
very durable, like summer cleat to wear, fall cleat to wear if it's not waterproof, like if it's not wet or anything. But even then, I would probably still waterproof them, so they would be like sustainable.
I
That's
feel
an
like
interesting thing. I'm like not I would not have even thought about like putting like cleats in Converse. That's like
no, me neither.
I'm telling you, and it's so easy too because like the way the Converse are set up, it's like I'm not even gonna dive into it right. I'll tell you guys about that later. But the Converse, I'm doing color changing buttons, making my own like with button. I already made the first prototype for it. Looks pretty cool. Um, lacrosse sticks too. I'm making a whole. Remember ghost shafts?
yeah.
I'm making a shaft like that, but it's gonna be filled. It's not gonna be like hollow. So it's gonna be it's gonna be like it's gonna look like a wooden stick, but it's gonna be like a crystal basically, and then it'll change colors in sunlight. So I'm making those. Like I'm making.
Cool.
Like I have a whole entire list like over there.
All right.
but
No,
yeah,
no big deal.
I got a lot of stuff coming out, man.
Yeah, that's super cool. Back to like the Converse thing, I was thinking right away, I kind of thought baseball because they always have like those interesting cleats that you see the pro players wearing.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be a good market for those Converse cleats, the baseball cleats, man.
I'm
That
telling
brings
you,
me back to like the Sandlot, no lie.
bro, I like that's what I was like thinking of too. I was like, I don't know, like the McFly. What are they called? What do they call them in the movie?
It was like the
PF Flyers.
Yeah,
Yes.
PF.
Like I was just like, the idea of that is too clean. I don't know. And just think about someone wearing like Nike socks with Converse. Like that already is something that people do. Imagine if it looks on the field like with a whole entire uniform. Like that's just like
That's crazy.
Crazy, man.
Dude, you're gonna definitely have to hop on that. Might need to try me a pair.
Bro, I'm making them. I'm making the first pair this week. So what I'm doing, I'm making the bottom parts out of epoxy resin because epoxy resin is very hard anyways.
Yeah.
And basically what I want to do is, how basically like the screw-in cleats, like you can screw in and then out, and they have that little screw at the end so you can actually put it in.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
do the reverse way for like the cleat so it can hold onto the bottom. So I take out the sole, drill like, into like the part of the cleat where I want the spikes to be, make the
Yeah.
mold, pour it in, and then access it that way. Cause it's so easy. I wouldn't want to sell it. I'd obviously like cut them a couple times before I, give them to
Right.
somebody else. I think it's definitely easy to do. Definitely easy to do.
It's crazy. It sounds
So,
complicated.
so like, do a lot of the guys on your team, like, do they rep like B House? Like, do they have like?
Oh no, they hate me. Oh no, they hate my brand. They hate my brand. Like
Really?
it's not they don't hate my brand. It's just like they know I transferred so for my brand, and obviously I want to play for lacrosse and everything, but it's just like I think they're like it's kind of worn down of me just like coming with different stuff to practice. Like I don't know. I mean, some people love it. Some people love it. Some people are definitely fans, but some people are like they poke fun of it because I don't know. You're always gonna have haters no matter where you go, but
Yeah.
I still love them no matter what. Those are my guys no matter what. It doesn't matter if they like the stuff that I do. I'm still gonna pass them the ball. I'm still gonna hit them hard in practice. I'm still gonna do that all. So
That's definitely. I thought that they would like it. I don't know. I think it's super.
I mean, majority of them do, but there's
Okay.
a couple.
Yeah, a couple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those guys,
Everyone's got them.
Yeah, man.
So going back, so talking NAI lacrosse now, tell us about the NAI kind of like series thing that you're like the TV series that you're kind of thinking of.
Oh man, we gotta get you on the show, Braxton. If you're in town, you're not gonna be here, which sucks, Bryce. But basically, what we're doing is I don't know if you guys have ever seen like the Challenge, the Real World, or anything like that, like on
Right.
MTV. Basically, they get like 10 guys, 10 girls, and they put them in a house, and they have like games. And they eliminate them off through like games or whatever. And it's just like a fun environment. I want to do the same thing with NAI lacrosse, like teams, like guys and girls. I've already talked to LTU women's lacrosse. I'm obviously okay with it. So I got my brothers and the women's team, and then talked to some girls from Michigan Dearborn. No, Ann Arbor. Sorry, Ann Arbor.
I was about to say we didn't have.
I was like, I don't know any girls from Michigan Dearborn. Yeah, Ann Arbor. So I'm really trying to push this during Christmas break. Imagine if it was like 4 people from each team, 4 guys from the men's team, 4 girls from the team from the women's team, and like they all went in the house. Game shows like lacrosse related. And then basically like we just kick people off, but they wouldn't like actually leave. Like they'd just be behind the scenes, just enjoying
Right.
it, like, whatever. But I feel like it low-key be fun, and like, we're here anyway, so we might as well do something.
Yeah, that's super interesting. Such an interesting idea.
Dude, I can just imagine like I feel like even like besides the games part when they're not on camera, that's just like a cool just kind of get together sort of thing. Just like talking from different schools, different experiences. They're like, oh, well, you play lacrosse, but that's more friends. Like this is
For real.
That's what I'm saying. And think about it, man. NAI is one of like the closest communities in sports. Like
It really is.
we don't have like a lot of it. So why are we like, yeah, we can compete, but like at the same time, like we're honestly like a club ourselves. Like we're a whole entire club. So I don't know why we're not acting like it.
I don't think people realize like the extent to how tight knit the NAI community is. Like especially, I feel like personally, especially for lacrosse, that is just like the camaraderie. No matter what the score is, there's just a different level of camaraderie that I feel like I've seen at the NCAA level. Just because you have smaller rosters, but even then, like you play the same guys repeatedly over time. You get to know these guys, and they become your friends. Like you fight on the field. Like that's just the way like the game's supposed to be played. But it is one of the most tight knit communities I've ever been a part of.
Really is though. And it'd be I thought you were gonna say something. Sorry, I saw your mouth moving.
It's all good.
But honestly, like you said, like it is a very tight knit community. Like people forget there's only like probably 15 teams, man.
Yeah.
Only like 15 teams. Like I don't know, like there's probably more like out west, but like they're not in our division, so we wouldn't know them. Like,
Yeah,
we wouldn't know 'em.
them.
Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm excited for the show. I think it'd just be fun. I think it'd just be fun to do. Especially my last year, I could put it on my portfolio too.
Right. That's super.
Dude, that'd be something like definitely look at it. Like, bro, you made your own like TV series out of like NAI lacrosse. Like, who else is gonna think of that? Like, people barely like pay attention to NAI sports in general, but to like specifically to say, yeah, we're gonna make a TV series. I think that's definitely a great idea.
Yeah, that'd
Thank
be.
you, man. We gotta get if you're home for Christmas, man. We gotta get you on board because you're obviously like former NAIA, And
Yeah,
I knew some
right.
guys at Barton too. Like I had this one guy named Jeff Hanman. He was a coach there, and also is that something familiar to you?
It sounds a little bit familiar. So like I'm still kind of getting used to like everyone. Like I move in next week. Now I'm starting to get to know a lot of the guys on the team, fully getting to know the coaches, like RIP Braxton, but like, just getting used to everything. It's great place though. I love it. I have a lot of fun. But
You're
yeah,
gonna have fun, man. You're gonna have fun. You're gonna have fun in D2. The buses, everything, like the equipment, bro. That is one thing that I miss about D2, boy. I will say that, like, literally walking into your locker room, like we had like wood, like what is it called? Wood grain lockers with our own padlocks, like cushion seats with like vents for our cleats and everything, and our gloves, like.
That's
The facilities, the money that was just pumped into like NCAA is just unreal, man. You get like 2 pairs of cleats, 3 pairs of gloves, game gloves, practice gloves, home gloves, and away gloves. Like it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's already great. Like they posted today, like they've already started filling our lockers with stuff like on Instagram. I was like, oh man, I'm so ready. But it's like for me, it's like a whole new experience because we didn't like no knock on Dearborn, but we didn't have
It's just NAI in general. No one in NAI
yeah.
like gets their stuff paid for like that.
Yeah.
Which is like it kind of sucks because you would want them to put money into the athletics program, which that's just the way you grow, like as not even just the program, but as a school in general. And I wish more NAI schools kind of took part of that, but I understand like funding is also like in general an issue. But having that I feel like is part of the experience, being able to go to the locker room with the guys, just all chilling there, music bumping before a game. But now it's like most of us, we go straight to the sidelines and then it's like, all right, cool, game time.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, wait, you said that was like at Dearborn? Like you guys would just like go straight to the sidelines?
Yeah, so like we played at like a high school. So like but we didn't practice at the high school. We practiced at another high school and then we played our games at a different high school, Detroit Country Day. And so we would use their locker room for game day and then we'd go to the sidelines. But it was just kind of different because it wasn't like our lockers. We didn't have like a lot. Yeah, we had to drive there. It was like you had like kind of sections and you just put yourself on the floor, get dressed, all that.
Yeah.
So not the same experience, but then we went to like Siena Heights, like for like our final game. We see like, bro, like
they have their
like
own
a nice locker.
Yeah. I mean, it varies, man, because a lot of these schools, like they're a lot of them are new. It's either they don't have a football team or soccer teams, so they don't have a field, or like you said, they are splitting. Because I'm pretty sure, what's the other team in their conference? Lords does the same thing with the high school team as well. But at the same time, it doesn't take away from like, being on that team. I feel like it gives you more of that warrior mentality. Imagine like it's just like war. Like they used to do the same thing, pack up everything they had, go to a mutual location and just set up and fight. Like that's just how it is and that's how it was. And like that's why I love away games. I love seeing fans, making fans mad. Listen to parents, get that black boy. I love hearing it. It literally fuels me. It gives me energy.
I think it definitely varies too, because I think like, especially with Lords, like whenever you have like Lords and Dearborn, like we understand we don't have our field, we share with a high school, but it gets to the point sometimes it does hurt our recruiting, I would think, because it's like, recruits will come there, see a field. They're like, all right, we got to drive 20 minutes away to go to our field, or we got to drive like 5 minutes to get to our field. But no, the away game mentality is like a different breed in the NAI, man. All the fans, it's personal for them. They don't care.
It is so personal.
So personal. Yeah.
Literally, I had this one, it wasn't NAI, it was D3. We're playing, what team was it? What team was that 2 years ago? I don't know. It was some black and gold team, and they literally had their it was like another team in Indiana. They literally had all their fans to come right behind our fence, and we were scumping them. So like they were just hearing us all night long, and I was just like, bro, like I don't know, like you guys and it's the same way across the board for NAI. So I think it's just lacrosse, man. Everybody, I feel like if most of the people that are playing now, their parents played or they knew about. It's either it's not the same with football. If you lacrosse is it's a very small like I said, it's tenant, bro. It's not tenant, close close group. It's a very close group.
Right.
Yeah,
But I honestly, I love the fans. I really do, because you can't really beat it,
I
especially like when you know the kids too. I think that's also just part of the college experience as a whole. You know, whenever the
Mhm.
kids are, all your friends are coming to watch the games, and you have like the volleyball team in the stands,
Right.
you know, women's lacrosse, basketball, whoever. It's an experience that like another, like you can't relate to it.
It definitely is unmatched. I do love like being able to like, especially vice versa. Like us going to like the basketball games, like the volleyball games, like
Right.
that's how you get that crowd energy, man. That culture. Like if your team isn't going to those games, like being the, I mean, you don't even have to be the first one. If you don't go at all, like they're not gonna probably come to yours. Like
Right.
so you gotta pour into people if you want them to pour into you, man. And that's what people don't really realize about like sports. They're like, oh, we play the only physical sport on campus. They should want to come see us. Like, no, you got like they don't know what this is.
Yeah, they
You
don't.
gotta like, you gotta show up for them, and they'll show up for you, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's the
man.
way it is. So like, how big are you in box lacrosse? Like, you know,
Honestly, I just got on my semi-pro team 2 years ago, but I honestly love it. Like the idea of only playing 3 periods is so much more fun than playing 4 quarters because you'll be playing like if you're new to it and you're playing the game and you're like oh damn it's a third and like the game is over like there's not another one so like
right?
it gives you it feels a lot less because you get like the sub periods in between like the first and the second and the third like you get those times in between so like it feels shorter in a way but like you get a lot more energy you get faster runs because you're on and off like it's not like field at all. I love the pace
Yeah.
of it and I've met some pretty cool box lacrosse players because of it. I met Latrell Harris. He plays box for the Toronto
Right.
Rock. I also met Tyson Bell. Like me and them, like I'm not necessarily like me and Tyson Bell. Like we just like talked recently, but me and Latrell, like we talk like almost every other week or so. But like he's getting me more in the box game, man. I might try. I might try and find myself D mid somewhere.
Yeah.
You should, bro. Like, have you like personally felt like it's transformed your game at all? Coming back to field.
Yes, but at the same time, I took too much time off in between the season in that because I was the semi-pro season is in the summer, so like I'll play during the summer, then I come back in the fall, and usually when I come fresh from box from the from summer into the fall, I'm cutting people up. Like it's like close quarters. You give it like you pass it to me in the crease, it's in there, bro. Like it
Yeah.
does not matter. It does not matter. But more teams, honestly, more teams should play box. If we had like a box league like for NAI, like that will probably generate some money because there's not one for NCAA. And plus,
Yeah.
more people from from Canada, from other places would probably come to NAI because that there would be another league. But
Yeah.
I understand it's probably a lot trying to do like basically play 2 seasons.
Yeah.
It is, but I like the idea as like itself though, like being able to play box lacrosse as an actual season and then going straight
Yeah,
to the field. Like imagine like the competition level just gets even higher.
Yeah.
bro. And I don't know if you guys know the Aquinas coaches, the Trepas.
Not
They're like
personally, no.
they're technically twins, but they don't look like twins at all.
Yeah, I would never be able to tell they're twins.
Yeah.
But okay, so they play for the Grizzlies, or like they're in Grand Rapids, but we only play the Grizzlies because they're like the only regional team that we have. So we play it's like it's a best of four. And whoever wins the best of four, they go to the playoffs, which is in Philadelphia or whatever. And then you play like the rest of like the box teams, like in tournament style.
Right.
But we were playing them, and the Grizzlies aren't bad, bro. The Grizzlies, they beat the shit out of us. I'm not gonna cap. Like, I didn't show up to the last couple of games because I was like, bro, I'm not going to get my ass beat again. Like, so basically, like, they're a good team. I'm not gonna lie. The Trepas, I love playing against them, because they also were my summer league coaches, like from when I was like a freshman, sophomore.
Okay.
But they do not mess with me nowadays, bro. They hate me. They hate my guts. They don't talk to me. They don't follow me on social media. Like, if I would have hit them up, they'd be like, "Who is this?"
Really? Why?
Yes, like,
Didn't go to Aquinas?
yeah, I literally he checked I'll send you guys the video later. I was clearing the ball up in box, and like in box, like basically how you clear the ball is you don't go box side. You don't go box side ever.
Right.
Like it's a war crime if you go over there, basically. So basically what you'll do is you'll bring, if the net's right here, if you're looking at the net, you'll run it up, and everybody that's subbing in run across the box, like run down and fill in the spaces like that. So I was like, all right, whatever. I pick up the ball. I'm running, like the net's right here. I'm running like towards this side, and my teammate's right in front of me, and I'm like cutting behind him to get to the side. And Trump was on the other side of him waiting, and just clips me in my face, like lifts off my helmet and everything. I understood because it's box across, and I'm like, I was running like low, but I'm like, bro, He hit the
Yeah.
thing. I know he did it on like kind of on purpose is because after my helmet was on the ground, he swiped it across the floor, bro. And I was like, now I gotta get your ass during the season. Now I gotta get your ass during the season, boy. You fucked up.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
cheap shots are crazy, bro. Like
That's
Say it again.
cheap shots are crazy. Like
Yeah, man.
hitting those is it's not and I feel like it definitely happens more in box lacrosse just because tighter, like there's more I feel like there's way more contact, but so like that, it gets a little bit more chippier, but even then, nah, you can't be cheap shotting like that.
Bro, it was so filthy too because I mean it was like it started like right here, but that's still a high hit. Like I don't cross check people, but I hit people like in this area, and like that's where I get those checks. But like I don't ever like hit people like up here. Like this is like I could kill somebody if I did that. Bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, do you guys play box though?
So Brax, you gonna go or me?
Yeah, I'll get into it. So Dearborn this year we played some box lacrosse, but it wasn't like, I don't even know how to explain. We practiced in a box rink, but we did some box stuff and we had box goalies, but it wasn't like that competitive, I would say. I think it was kind of missing that aspect. When you agree, Bryce?
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it was just trying to train us to like have better passing, like close quarters, which yeah, to some degree that was like good, but we never like played box lacrosse. Like even if we did, it wasn't like the same as it wasn't as competitive as it should be, just because half of our team had never played before, but like half of our offense had. I know I played with Team 91 whenever I was in high school, so I'm kind of used to it. I kind of understand the game, but like when you're playing with someone who doesn't understand off ball movements, so like off ball like movements got to be there. It's got to be there. Yeah, it makes it a little bit harder.
Yeah, it really does. And the thing is though, I don't know if you guys were you guys like really using the picks, like fighting and pushing each other, like shoving each other for the picks and stuff?
Nah, it was like we could cross check, but it wasn't like full push offs like you can in box.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like because I'm telling you, that's one of my favorite things to do on box. The push off on picks, man. I hit people with one of these, hit them like literally, I hit them in the chest and the stomach at the same time. One of those, bro, it's wraps. It doesn't matter who you are. You're gonna fold. You're going to fold. Like
it is not for the faint-hearted. Like you have to. It's a different mental toughness. I feel like playing box.
It is. I honestly feel like if you're gonna touch the ball, like there's an 85% chance you're gonna get whacked or like hit, like for real. So
yeah, I have my bicep pads. I got the rib pads. Like, bro, like I understand. I'm a smaller guy. I know I'm fast, but man, I also gotta stay protected because I'm gonna get hit. It's just the way it is.
Bro, it is, man. And the thing is, I didn't have wrist pads when I first started playing, bro. I had the rib pads. I had two bicep pads. And then I went to Dunham's and I went and got shin pads. I saw them in half and then I like stitched up the other end. So it was like literally like this big. And I was basically playing with shin guards on my wrists. But like they looked like very protective. They were very protective, not cap. Like I used them for a whole season, but I was like, bro, I'm never doing that again.
No, that's so smart though, bro, because you're getting everywhere. Nowhere's like safe if it's like above your waist. Like everywhere is fair game.
It is. I was just watching the Manitoba Cup. Tyson Bell's playing in it. He actually decided to play for the Manitoba Cup instead of playing for the PLO for the rest of the year. So he forfeited his contract, but he's playing right now in them. And I'm watching everybody else, but I'm specifically watching him because he's like one of the only like high caliber pro players. Most of them are like, D1, like Ohio State, like Canadians or whatever playing box. But he's like a professional player. So I'm watching him, and this guy literally is like, they'll blow a whistle, and I'm watching him walk off the floor. He's checking people on the hands as he's walking by. I'm like, and like it's like he's smart about it too, because he's like looking at the ref as he's walking by, and as soon as the ref turns his head, he's just like, I'm like, bro, like, and he's not gonna get a flag because it's about the person that retaliates. It's not about the person that does it. If you don't get caught doing it, you're not gonna get the flag or whatever, bro. So bro's madman. Bro is a madman for that. He does not care.
Yeah, box is a dirty game, but it's a great game to play too.
It is. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I don't know if you've ever seen that guy, Bill O'Brien on Instagram.
Bro, I saw Bill O'Brien in Niagara. He's huge. He's huge.
And he bullies people, man. And I was like, dang, I want to play box, man. I would definitely not play against him.
Where is he playing? Do you know where he's playing nowadays? Or
I don't know if he's even playing. Like
I think he's just playing semi-pro box. Like I think that's all he does.
That's not fair. Take your ass to the league. Like
I know, it's not. You've
been playing against Native Americans, playing on reservations your whole life. Stop playing against D2 players that are just trying to play the game. Like, go and be something, please. Like, you're too grown.
Like, I know he was playing in the NLL for a little bit. I don't know what he's doing now, but like last time I saw, he'll just go to these random box games and he's just like straight up just taking kids' money, like for no, like it's unfair.
I saw the video of, I don't know if you guys saw it. It was like it was his GoPro. He was like watching. I don't know if it was like, I actually don't remember. I don't know if it was his perspective or somebody else's perspective, but he ended up like fighting somebody and he like bullied this kid. I'm like, bro, and it wasn't a kid. It wasn't a kid. I'm pretty sure it was either a college player or a pro player he was doing this to. Yeah. I'm like, man, can you relax? Like, I know you're doing this because this is how you like live, like this is like your game or whatever, but like, bro, he has a whole season like 12 months from now, man.
He has a whole and then he's gonna be coming back to like practice like in the fall. He has a broken wrist. He's like, I'm sorry, Coach Bill O'Brien. Like
Bill O'Brien messed me up.
Bro, and that like it's part of the reason why like I don't want to play box during this like the winter, right? Because like I don't want to get hurt doing it, but there's so many box opportunities around here during the winter. I'm like, I might have to jump in just one game, man. Just one.
You might have to. I mean, I've thought about. I wanted to like try and play in Canada for like a summer, just to come back and just see like I just want to see what it's like. But like even then, bro, I don't know.
Honestly, man, you might be onto something. We might have to go to like Canada during the winter and just see what it's like and just play over there and then like stay for like a couple of games and come back and just be like, all right, we touched the real stuff.
Yeah, like now it's gonna be like we're gonna be like European soccer players coming to play in America, bro. Like it's gonna be not gonna be fair.
Honestly, I mean, I'm telling you, watch the Manitoba Cup. If you guys are like trying to watch more boxes on YouTube for free too, like all the games.
Okay.
I don't know how far along they are. I know they were in playoffs. They are in playoffs. Like last time I looked, that's the game I was watching. It was the Chiefs versus Nobu or Boro or something like that. It was some crazy team, but they were going at it, bro. Tyson Bell's team was not winning. They weren't winning when I was watching, bro. So
I've never heard
of like 3 Ohio State players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of the cup before this year, honestly. I never even knew it was a thing.
Yeah, they have like multiple, right? It's like they have it's the Man Cup, it's the there's Manitoba, and then there's a couple more, but there's like they're across Canada. Like you got the ones in British Columbia, Ontario, and there's one other place I forget.
Because my friend played for it. My friend Jared Crouch played for the Man Cup. He's gonna hate me for not knowing this.
There's a lot, but like they're all serious.
There's a lot, bro. There's
crazy
a lot.
Good.
The thing is though, like imagine like I know they have like some college teams in Canada, but like most of the time, like, you know, they're very serious about their athletics. That's why they come here and they play. But bro, the game over there is just crazy. It's ridiculous. It's on a different level. Like I remember even going to, like I said, I saw Bill O'Brien at this Niagara Falls tournament. Like we used to go every summer when I was like in high school. It was in Buffalo, but so many Canadians team fled Canada to come over to come over and play. And bro, it was one of the toughest tournaments to be at, not gonna lie. Like a lot of Native Americans, a lot of Canadians, like a lot of Black lacrosse players from New York too. Like it was so diverse as a tournament. And like that's kind of why I love like summer lacrosse, because it's low-key like a festival. Like every tournament you go to, it's like a festival. There's music, there's food, like the environment itself. Like there's no other sport that has like that feeling at tournaments. I feel like like, you know, 7v7s for football, you know, they don't really have like whole entire like, you know, like food stands, live music playing. Like they don't have that feel. Like, you know, they have like a DJ probably, or like, you know, something like that. But it's like, it's different, man. I love this game. Man.
You know.
Yeah, I might have to check that out. I mean, I don't think I've ever been to like a super diverse lacrosse tournament, if I'm being honest.
That sounds
bro, we might have to go to watch, because it's like they do it every year. It's right by the lake. Like they had the Iroquois like youth teams there. Like they had all like the youth teams that were playing there too. Like it was it's a lot of teams, like upwards to like they have like almost upwards of like 25 fields there. Like it's a lot of space. It's at a national park.
Oh, so it's beautiful on top of that.
Bro, it is. the water is literally right there. You can see Canada across the water. There's this huge hill that like you stand on. Like people go up and like stand and just like watch the view from like the top of all the games. It's crazy. People just be picnicking on the hill, just looking down at all the fields. It's one of the most like, till this day, I swear on my life, it's the best tournament I've ever been to. And I'm 24 years old, 25. Like, if I could cut off 3 toes and go back to being 17 just to play in it, they would be gone. They would be off my body. Like, take me back.
Yeah, man, definitely gonna have to check that out at some point while I'm still decently young.
Yeah.
No, do it. And honestly, if you guys are interested, if you guys are in Michigan, I'm doing a summer team next year. And basically a lot of the gear that I'll like be selling, I'll be giving it to like the team and the teammates for like discounted rates. Because like it's obviously apparel for the team.
Right.
But I'm like, bro, we're gonna have a filthy team if you guys want to play. Like a bunch of D2 former guys, D1 guys. Like we're gonna, and they're mostly most of them are people of color too. Like Josh Hernandez, he was a 3-time defensive player. No, 3-time first team all. Oh shit, I'm sorry. Hello?
You're good.
My 20% didn't come up.
No, you're good.
So like he's a 3-time first team All-American. Like as a freshman, he was an All-American sophomore, and they shipped him his senior year because we didn't end up going far. We only made to the second round of playoffs.
Okay.
But man, I'm telling you, like we got some filth on our team.
That's awesome. All right, guys, that does it for this week's episode. Thank you for being our guest, Conan, and we had a great time. And if you guys like our content, subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. The links will be in the bio. Peace.
Make sure you check out B House as well.
I appreciate you guys.
Their apparel is sweet. You guys got to check out. We'll link their website in our bio too.